Happy August, everybody! For Art Fight this year, I did all of my attacks traditionally in a single sketchbook, which I'm now going to flip through while I talk to you about my feelings and experiences on Art Fight. This is technically my second year participating, but I don't remember anything about the first year when I participated in high school, and I only did like 3 attacks, so to me, this is my first real Art Fight experience, and I had a lot of fun. I wasn't initially planning on participating in Art Fight this year. I'd kind of written it off as something that I didn't want to do anymore because I'm disabled, and sometimes that means I just can't draw as much as I would like to. And so the idea of having people who can just attack me and then I have like social expectation to go and attack them back when I might not be able to bring myself to draw that much, that seems stressful. That seems very stressful. And then last year I was watching Actually Ray's video on Art Fight, and they mentioned that some people just don't put characters up. And I didn't realize that you could just not put characters up. And that completely changed everything for me. I took down all the characters I had up on there from high school, and I just had no characters up, and it was awesome. It was way more fun and not stressful. Like, I love seeing art of my OCs, but way, way better to just have nothing up and not have to deal with it. Also, quick note, everyone's Art Fight usernames should be up on screen here, but if I messed up and I didn't put someone's username down, you should be able to find it by going to my attack page on Art Fight and then looking for the attack that matches the image, as it should link to their profile there. I really hope I didn't screw any up, though. Here's hoping. I did find posting a little bit stressful, but for different reasons than I thought it was going to be, because here's the thing. From like high school till last year, I had a scanner that sucked. It was terrible. It took probably 2 minutes to scan an image, and it was always in like terrible quality, so I'd have to sit there for 5 minutes messing around in my editing software to try and make it look at all presentable or legible whatsoever. And then last year, my friend was very, very kind and gave me a scanner that actually works right. So in my heart, the idea of having to scan an image, let alone scan several images and then post them, to me, in my head, that's going to be an hour. It stresses me out. I don't like it. But, I have a printer/scanner that actually works now. So I can just scan stuff and it takes like 10 minutes to post. No, so that wasn't my issue. Oh, I learned very quickly that was not my issue. My issue is that Art Fight does not let you post a bunch of attacks at once, which I totally get. I totally understand why it's like that. It would be very, very annoying to have people, like posting stuff that's clearly not art attacks or whatever, but I don't really like having to, mess with the cords and stuff to get my scanner set up immediately after I finish a drawing. I want to sit there and I want to draw, and then I'll post them at that night. But then it's like you go to try to upload stuff and then it blocks you, and then I go, okay, cool, I'll just wait, till later. And then later comes, and now instead of having, a couple attacks to post, I have 8. I have 8 tabs open in my browser. This happened to me multiple times, okay? And then it's like, now you have to sit there for even longer waiting for the timer to go through. And it's like, I understand why they do that, but it really, it was a self-perpetuating cycle where it made me not want to post, which then made posting them even harder. I did around 25 attacks this year. I think it was 25 attacks. Most of those I did in the first, third of the month, because then I participated in the Only One of Any Asset game jam, and I had a lot of fun doing that, but doing that meant that I did not come back to Art Fight very much. I was like, nope, I forgot that Art Fight existed. So initially I was like, oh man, if I really lock in, I might even be able to finish this whole sketchbook. I did half, but half's pretty good, And I'm still going to have use for the paper later because I'll just use this whenever I want to draw art for my friends that I'm going to actually give them in person. Fortunately, Art Fight, I can't send these to most of these people, but I do have some where it's like, oh, I know where this person lives. I'm just going to mail it to them. And I'm excited to do that after I'm done recording this video because I need to still be able to show them on camera. Also, in terms of materials, I did all of this with watercolor and fine liners. My watercolor pro tip is that there is a watercolor brush that has the water in the tank. I don't know what they're called, but they're awesome, and I would really recommend them. I'm not doing watercolor correctly. I know there's actual techniques to make art where it's clear that this is the kind of art that you can only ever make using watercolor. I don't know how to do that. I was just having fun. And, you know, I had fun, and that's what matters, because it's just a fun little game where you make people art, and then they're like, wow, thanks for the art. One thing that I really enjoyed about Art Fight was just seeing all the cool character designs. I think I have like over 100 characters bookmarked, and I didn't get through most of them, but it's so cool to see everyone's unique and interesting designs, because I feel like OC designs are so varied and interesting, and it's like, oh man, you know, why don't I have a character that's like that? I feel like it really opens your heart into terms of like what kind of characters exist and that you can draw. I don't know, I find it really, really cool to like look through and see everyone's cool stuff. I'm also looking forward to going through and actually looking at all the attacks that people have been doing, because I haven't done that at all. I was like, yeah, I'll just wait till the month's over. But I haven't done that yet, and I'm not going to do that until probably a couple days from now. So, you know, womp womp. One thing that I did discover about myself from Art Fight this year that I thought was interesting is that I would actually get tired of drawing. Like, I wouldn't just feel, okay, I've done enough drawing to feel satisfied today. I would like actively be like, I don't want to draw more today. And I'm so not used to having that happen, because usually it's either my hand is done for the day before my brain is, or like I have other obligations and stuff. But, you know, it's summer, and also I was so focused on doing Art Fight stuff that I wasn't doing any personal art. And normally the vast majority of what I do is personal art. Like I'll do art for friends and stuff, but it won't be the majority of what I'm doing, and it won't be the most of what I'm doing for, you know, days on end. And I think that is like important to know, is like, oh, okay, I like drawing, but the subject matter that I'm drawing can affect how I'm feeling about drawing, I guess. I don't know. So next year I'm definitely going to make sure that I'm scheduling, you know, okay, after I do an attack, go and like draw my blurbows for 10 minutes or whatever, just to make sure that like I have more time for it. But also next year I'm probably going to be employed in the summer, so maybe that won't matter, because I won't have enough free time to spend on it in the first place. Who knows? Who knows? I sure don't. But yeah, Art Fight is just such a cool event, because it brings everyone together in just this celebration of making art and being creative and having fun together. And I'm really glad that it exists. I hope it keeps existing for a long while in the future. And I would really encourage anyone watching this video to go and try it out. Even if you have absolutely no artistic talent, I would really recommend trying it out. It's fun, it's a great way to learn and grow, and it's also a great way to connect with other artists around you and maybe make new friends. I mean, I don't know about the new friends thing. I did not even reply to any of the comments that I got, because the reply button in my notifications wasn't working for me. Sorry if you left me a comment. I promise I read them and I did appreciate them, and I'm planning on printing them out and sticking them in my sketchbook after. You know, you could make friends from Art Fight. I know people do. That could be you. It just couldn't be me. Another thing I appreciated about Art Fight is that when you're attacking people, you are actually obligated to draw the character as it exists. Like, obviously, people have guideline boxes. They might be like, oh, you know, you can do this. Like, they might specify that you can do whatever you want. But to me, there's a very clear difference between, like, if I am drawing a complicated anime character design, I will skip details. I will simplify it so much. I will just draw it however is most comfortable for me. And I like being comfortable when I'm drawing stuff, but I also want to push myself outside my comfort zone sometimes. And I think that Art Fight's really good for that, because I have a feeling of, oh, I need to make sure that I put effort into this and I make it look nice, and I don't skip out on half the details just because I don't feel like drawing them right now. And I found that was really helpful for me in terms of learning to do that, and also in terms of learning to draw more finished stuff, because a lot of the times when I draw stuff, I just go straight at it with the ballpoint pen, and I skip the sketch stage entirely. And for Art Fight, I didn't do that. I actually bothered to do sketches and stuff, and now doing sketches like that feels easier. Like, I will grab my pencil and then I'll just sketch something and then I'll ink it and stuff, and that's not hard for me now, and that used to be hard for me because it was something that I wasn't used to doing. Anyway, yeah, I really, really enjoyed doing Art Fight this year, and I'm definitely planning on doing it again in future years. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Who do you guys think won the Art Fight game? I don't know when they announced that. Maybe it's already been posted, and me asking that is very silly. I was Team Mystery, by the way. Thank you so much for watching. I post when I want to. See ya!